Breaking news within the NBA. Tom Thibodeau, fired, relieved of his duties. Sayonara, goodbye. This was completely unexpected. This is the man who just took the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals, who in the previous season had taken them to the Eastern Conference semifinals, who had, you know, obviously the team building was most of it, but had revived Knicks basketball, and he's gone. And you really have to wonder why, especially because right after the Eastern Conference Finals, I believe, don't quote me this, but I believe that there were talks of the Knicks saying that he was safe, that his job was completely safe, that he was going to be fine. Now, ultimately, what did Tom Thibodeau not do right for the Knicks? And I think a lot of it comes down to just rotation management. A lot of the times, I think that he put a lot of weight and pressure on guys like Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, which I understand they are your superstars, but at some point, you really do need to manage them, especially if they have, some nagging injuries, if they're not playing, full games within the season. And I think that's where Tom Thibodeau really went wrong. The thing I have to ask, though, is who are you going to find that's better than Tom Thibodeau? I mean, who is realistically out there? The only real candidate that I can think of right now is Michael Malone, but is he really going to transform you into going to the NBA Finals? Is he going to allow you to beat the Boston Celtics again? I mean, I don't. Malone might be the better coach, but I don't think that he improves them drastically. I think it'd be maybe a marginal improvement, and honestly, it could potentially even hurt them in some aspects, because you could potentially have an offense that is more regulated towards Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns working out of the pick and roll, not attacking off the dribble, and you kind of have guys like OG Anunoby, Miles Bridges, Josh Hart, and whatnot, kind of in no man's land. And other than that, that's kind of the one big time candidate. There's no one really else out there right now that I could really think of off the top of my head that could fill Tom Thibodeau's shoes immediately. It's just a very, very, very confusing situation in New York. I think that they pulled the trigger on this way too soon. I think that you 100% could have waited one more year. And if you lose to Boston in the following year, if you lose to Indiana again, if you don't make it as far as you did the previous year, then go ahead and fire him. But to me, this is just an over-exaggeration. This was a move that you didn't need to make. This was just kind of a freak out. It looks like they have no idea what they need to do to ultimately get past the top dogs in the East. And we'll see. They're going to have to manage this really, really carefully to keep themselves at the top of what is steadily becoming a more and more improved Eastern Conference.